Welcome to our programme. Like every month, we'll bring you a summary of the most important debates and decisions of the European Parliament's plenary session. Let's start with the headlines. Kosovo's declaration of independence debated in plenary. Members of Parliament approved the Lisbon Treaty. Prime Minister Fillon outlines French presidency priorities, while Prime Minister Juncker talks to the EPP-ED group on the future of the euro. Last Sunday, Kosovo declared its independence. This week, the European Parliament debated its future policy towards Kosovo in the presence of EU Enlargement Commissioner Olli Rehn and the Slovenian Foreign Minister Dimitri Rupel, who is currently chairing the Council.
Months of negotiations have come to an end. Kosovo has declared its independence from Serbia, following ethnic cleansing and a bloody conflict which only ended with NATO troops entering Kosovo in 1999. In the wake of last Sunday's declaration of independence, the European Union will send almost 2,000 police officers, judges and customs officials to Kosovo. They will help build the institutions of the new country. The EPP-ED's Doris Pack is the chairwoman for the European Parliament delegation for relations with the countries of southeastern Europe. Stressing that Kosovo is a unique case, she underlined the support the European Union has given.
Meine Damen und Herren, die EU hat aber geschlossen gehandelt, im Gegensatz zu vielen Presseberichten. The EU has always acted in a united fashion, in contrast to what many press reports have claimed. The EU-Lex mission has been put on track unanimously, and this is not an attack on Serbia. On the contrary, it is necessary for the Serbs living in Kosovo, as it will make sure that the Ahtisaari plan is being implemented, which was approved by this House by a two-thirds majority. It guarantees far-reaching minority rights for the Serbs. It also guarantees respecting borders and the rule of law, and therefore the protection of other minorities.
EU Commissioner Olli Rehn announced that the European Union will soon host a donor conference to collect money to rebuild Kosovo.
This must be the hour of European unity, also between the institutions. By using community instruments, the Commission will support institution building in Kosovo and foster its political and economic development. In Kosovo, many areas are in need of development, and we must strive together to help Kosovo to help itself to stand on its own feet as quickly as possible.
The European Parliament approved the Treaty of Lisbon, which reshapes the functioning of the institutions. It was an historic moment, as Parliament has for many years pushed for the reform of the treaties.
The Lisbon Treaty provides the European Union with the tools to be more democratic and more efficient in the years ahead. It will also offer the opportunity to continue designing policies that are of added value for all Europeans. This is the most important thing for this Parliament because we represent European citizens, said Íñigo Mendes de Vigo, the EPP-ED spokesman on the Lisbon Treaty.
Europe should provide answers to citizens' expectations. Europe cannot hide and follow an ostrich-like policy. Europe should speak in the world with one voice, should have a presence, and should resolve today's problems like climate change, the fight against illegal immigration, and nuclear proliferation. We need to face these problems, and the new treaty gives us the necessary tools and the strength to do so.
Big winners of the new treaty are both the European Parliament and the citizens, as the extension of decisions by majority voting means more powers to the Parliament and more democratic accountability in the Union, particularly in subjects like environment, immigration, energy, sport or consumer protection, policies that matter in everyday life. The EPP-ED group wanted a more ambitious reform than the one which the Lisbon Treaty offered. But Europe is built on agreements and political solutions. And this new text is a political solution and allows the European Union to resolve the problem of the rejection in two countries of the constitutional project.
The EPP-ED group welcomed two distinguished guests, the Prime Ministers of Luxembourg and France. Jean-Claude Juncker, who also chairs the Eurogroup, made a thorough and exhaustive analysis of the situation of the international markets and the prospects for the euro, while François Fillon outlined the upcoming French presidency's priorities.
France takes over the presidency of the Council of Ministers in July, and its government has already worked out its priorities. François Fillon unveiled to EPP group members an ambitious programme and promised to cooperate closely with the European Parliament in order to achieve it.
First of all is the fight against global warming. We want Europe to set in legislation the objective to which we are all committed, to reduce gas emissions by 20%. Secondly is the issue of immigration and asylum rights. We will push for the harmonisation of the legislation on the matter, for better controls at the Union's borders and for an efficient development policy.
De l'Union européenne et nous voulons une politique de co-développement vis-à-vis des pays émetteurs d'immigration qui soit plus efficace.
The third priority is European defence. Europe needs autonomous defence as it receives a lot of demands for peacekeeping missions, but the Union doesn't have the appropriate means. The fourth priority is a check-up on the common agricultural policy in order to reflect on its future.
Et puis enfin la dernière priorité, c'est le bilan de santé de la politique agricole commune.
François Fillon promised MEPs that his government will work closely with them.
Nous pensons que rien ne pourra se faire.
We think we cannot do anything without the close cooperation of the European Parliament. With the Treaty of Lisbon ratified, Parliament's powers are considerably broadened, and the French presidency wants to anticipate this democratisation of the institution.
Cette démocratisation des institutions européennes.
Jean-Claude Juncker praised the successes of the common currency by emphasising that without the euro, European economies would have suffered major crises like the ones in Russia, Mexico and Argentina, while the French and Dutch currencies would have been threatened had they still existed after their respective negative results in referenda on the European Constitution. The chairman of the Eurogroup also said that during the 9 years of the existence of the euro, 17 million jobs have been created, compared to only 3 million during the 9 years previous to the euro. This is an obvious sign of the healthy state of the European economy. However, he warned about the problems and challenges ahead, such as excessive national budget deficits, inflation, and differing levels of development among the common currency members.
For an extended summary of the plenary session debates, please check out our website www.epp-ed.eu. This programme was brought to you by the press service of the EPP-ED Group, the largest political group in the European Parliament. See you again soon.